Hi, Kimberley Wilson, physical therapist at Inspire Physical Therapy. I am a Mercier trained therapist. I'm also certified in as a Mercier fertility specialist. And so I wanted to do this little video today because as I work with some of my moms and dads who are trying to become parents and struggling with issues of infertility, one of the things that we work on, of course, is maintaining a healthy lifestyle. And so a big part of that is your diet. We've got to be feeding our bodies what they need, and we've got to be fueling it with good sources of food. And one of the number one things that I see is that a lot of my moms are in deficit when it comes to protein. We have got to be eating enough protein. You need to eat 1 gram of protein for each kilogram of your ideal body weight. So for instance, if your ideal body weight is 65 grams or 65 kilograms, then you need to eat 65 grams of protein daily. So what's that look like? I mean, that looks like 22 grams for each meal. And I'm sorry to say, but a lot of my moms are just not getting that. So that's quite a bit of chicken, for instance. If you want to get 20 grams of chicken, you've got to eat somewhere between 75, 80 grams of chicken in order to get that 20 grams of protein. So it takes a bit of work and a bit of planning. And one of the things that I also see in terms of protein is that, first of all, my moms, they won't really know. I think I'm getting enough protein. I do a pretty good job of getting my protein, but then when we start to dive down a little bit, we realize that, no, we've got some work to do. And so I always encourage my moms to try to get in a big chunk of their daily protein before noon. If at all possible, we want to hit that halfway mark by like 10 a.m. What that does is that really starts your day off. You feel more satisfied, so you don't get that in the evening mad, you're really hungry and then you just start eating all the things that sound so good. So it keeps you better satisfied. It's going to support a good hormonal balance. It's going to support a good solid circadian rhythm. So you'll get into that. I mean, if you eat a lot of food late in the evening, if you really bulk up on proteins or carbs or fats, or even some of the foods that are not really that nutritious, they really have no nutritional value. So your sugary foods, if we eat a lot of that in the afternoon, you're just not going to sleep as well because those things don't support that healthy circadian rhythm. So restorative sleep, absolutely important to fertility, and so we can tie that back to our diet. Of course, good healthy carbs and fats are also a part of those macros that are so important. But, we can dive a little bit deeper into those things at some point too. But I really just wanted today's video to be all about protein, because I feel like that's where most of my ladies that I see, that's where the deficit is. So, I mean, all that information is super easy to find on the internet. You can Google just about anything and find out how much protein it has in it. So we want to make sure that we're getting that in earlier in the day. And to that, I would add the source of your protein. It does matter, especially when we're dealing with infertility, because we do know that a lot of times infertility can be somewhat linked to an autoimmune either condition or an autoimmune response to your body. And that's because a lot of the foods that we eat, they're jam-packed with steroids and hormones and all the things, because they're trying to fatten up those sources, fatten up the chickens, fatten up the beef. And so then we in turn eat a lot of that, and that impacts our hormones as well. So make sure you have good sources of protein. When and if possible, eat organic and grass-fed and free range and all those good things. make sure you're getting good sources of protein and that you're eating enough. That's the main question. Are you eating enough protein? And if the answer is no, then that could be a piece of the issues that you're having. Because if your brain senses that you are not getting enough food, that hypothalamus part of your brain that communicates with the ovaries, it's going to be like, you know what, ovaries, I don't think now's a good time to be having a baby because this person is not getting enough food. So if we can address that, if we can convince our hypothalamus that, hey, we're in good shape, we're getting enough protein, our body's good to support a healthy pregnancy and to feed a baby, because once you become pregnant, your body's going to require a lot more calories to support a healthy pregnancy. So it's better to start in the planning phase and get your body ready for the baby. It gets you thinking more about that healthy food that you need to be eating, because you really want to treat food like fuel for your body. We want to treat it like medicine. Like if it does not have nutrition in some form or fashion, then you probably don't need to be consuming it at all. I mean, I'm not a teetotaler. Certainly, you can have treats every once in a while, but really, if you're thinking about becoming pregnant, then we need to start early in the process and think about how we can support our body so that we can become pregnant and that we can remain pregnant and that we have a healthy baby when all is said and done. So really want this, I want this to encourage you to start thinking about protein and if you're getting enough protein and how that might be impacting your health. All right, so it can be a simple subject, but I feel like it is something that we're lacking in as females, especially because we'll go for that leafy salad, or we're worried about our tummy, whatever the motivation is. We're just not getting enough protein. And at the end of the day, if you can plan it right and you can prep, do some meal prep, plan out your meals, start cooking your meals, all so that you know what's going into your food, that can really make a huge impact on your health. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I stimulated some thought, gave you some good things to think about, and please feel free to post any questions, comment, reach out, and we can think through this a little bit farther, and I can help you along that journey. And that's certainly something that we do as part of the shared fertility journey here at Inspire Physical Therapy. Yes, we're going to be addressing all the other physical aspects that maybe we need to address. We're going to be talking hormones. We're going to be talking about movement and mobility, and what's impeding your blood flow in the abdomen, like what's stuck, all those things that go along with Mercier Therapy. But we're 100% going to be talking about your diet and your water intake and all those things too, and how we can support the baby once we become pregnant. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will take the information and do something to make yourself a little bit healthier and a little bit stronger in the coming year. All right, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.